So just waiting to be picked up by the hospital to go and see the surgeon for my follow-up and possible revision, which I think is probably likely, the nurse said. Yeah, a little bit nervous actually, because I think I don't really want to have the catheter back, but if it's a means to an end, then so be it. Yeah, but I just, I don't know, I think because it's going to be under local, I don't think it's going to be very pain-free, and it's just going to take me back a few steps, but a few steps forward to jump a few steps forward with the perfect puss. On another note, my dilation went well this morning again, and yeah, I'm watching Game of Thrones to dilate, so I'm actually loving that. So it's, even though it's a bit gory, it is downstairs too sometimes, so yeah. Just heading back now to the hotel lobby to be picked up as I'm going back to the hospital today to see the surgeon. So on my way, it's absolutely scorching and stunning today. Feeling très fabulous with my little donut cushion. Sit in the car, trying to be comfy. So yeah, hope, fingers crossed, I'll let you know how it all goes. I think I'm having another little procedure. These sexy little shoes. I'm actually a bit scared though, because I think it feels a bit real now. Okay, so I'm back at the hotel and that wasn't pleasant. I'm in pain now. Got the bloody catheter back and strapping a bag of piss. Where is she? Oh, yeah. So, what happened was, I went in, they picked me up, and then I went, sorry, I'm still a bit sedated, I think. I'm still a bit slow. They picked me up and I went there, everything was fine. Then I saw the surgeon, he just checked out my trachea, which is still kind of got something there, but he was like, I can't really do any more because there was the vocal cords close. However, it's swelling, so it should go down. So although I'm not like 100% happy with it, it's definitely better than it was. And then I went into the theatre room and I was examined for maybe about half an hour. They were just putting loads of things up there, feeling it, taking some stitches out, checking the skin graft, checking all the other areas they did, and took lots of pictures, and then they decided that they definitely wanted to do a revision. I mean, it was up to me. I could leave it and see how it heals, but then he was like, there'd definitely be some scarring and definitely been some other things. So he preferred to operate, but it was going to cost 9,000 extra bar, which is about £200, which obviously I paid, because I wanted to have the revision done anyway. And also he said it was mainly for the sedation, which was good. So then I just had to get up and pay for that. And then they reset the theatre for the little surgical procedure. I was awake, but they had covered me with like, what's it called? Just a cloth. And then, yeah, so then they got to work, but they injected me with something, I don't know what it was, but I basically slept. I was sedated. He said, you might sleep, you might not, and I was basically slept until the last sort of like 10 minutes of the operation, which was absolute hell, because I could feel, I mean, it was a bit numb, but I could feel everything. I could feel them stitching, I could feel them moving around. And I was just also very uncomfortable at this point. Just having my legs up in those, I don't know what calipers, or I don't know, straps or something, and yeah, I was just not happy, and I was just wincing and squirming because it was just horrible. And then they had to obviously put in a new catheter, which was absolutely excruciating, and it's still stinging now. And then, yeah, and then they just sort of got me together and it got me changed and then sent me back home again. So now I'm back home, back on bed rest, back with this bloody catheter. I don't know how long for, maybe 1 or 2 days. I've got more antibiotics. I've got more painkillers. And yeah, just back to resting, and hopefully in the next few days it will get better again. So it sort of feels like a few steps back. However, majority of it he was really happy with. He said the skin graft has taken well. He was like, aesthetically, the labia, the inner labia and all of that, and the clitoris is all really nice and all healing nicely. And actually I did see in a picture my clitoris for the first time in the clitoral hood, because he spread everything so I could see it in the picture. And it was just the lower labia that was coming away or just too open or something. So they've just adapted that. And then I've got this pressure dressing on, and yeah, hopefully that'll be good now. And now I just have to rest up for the next few days. But I am in a bit of pain now, and the drive was quite uncomfortable. And yeah, just can't wait for Luke to get back tonight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to watching Game of Thrones and just my snacks, and hopefully take my pills and hopefully have a little nap and then feel better. When you play the Game of Thrones, you live or you die. There is no middle ground. So, having another breakdown. Just back being uncomfortable and in pain a little bit. It just feels like a setback. I feel like I've gone back a week, which is fine. I'm glad they did the revision. I really wanted it. And I want it to be the best outcome it possibly can be, but it was just something not very nice being under local and having to see that and just experience that. And yeah, I'm just feeling very, very alone and far away from home right now. I can't wait to come back. I know I'm being drama and I'll laugh about this tomorrow, but yeah, right now I just need a hug. I need to go back to sleep. I hope Luke gets back in a couple of hours, so hopefully he will look after me. What am I like? I'm not an attractive crier either. Like a swollen pigeon. Oh dear. I popped in on the tramadol even though I'm not supposed to. I was like, I'd at least like to get a little buzz. Oh dear, this fucking catheter! It stings. Oh, I'm so over it. But hopefully it's not too long. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stuff my fat little face and watch TV. I'm watching Game of Thrones, which I'm loving again. So yeah, I'll check in later. Bye. Embarrassing. So this bloody tramadol isn't touching sides. Still haven't managed to have a little nap yet. Just very uncomfortable and in pain. I have a new dilation schedule which has set me back probably about 2 or 3 weeks. So I was supposed to be moving up to the next size, I think tomorrow, but that won't be happening for like 2 weeks now. And then for the next, until I go back to England, the nurses will have to dilate me because the area is gonna be fragile, I think. So yeah, gone back a little bit. Yeah, I thought it was a minor revision. I didn't realise it'd be this intense, but actually when they sent through my new dilation schedule, it says major revision, so I guess that's kind of major. It just definitely feels more major than I initially thought it was going to be. I just hope it has done the job, and I'm just going to have to try and be really, really careful. And yeah, I mean, I guess if they're not happy with me, then I might have to stay longer. And I'd rather do that than risk hurting myself after all of this, or it being wrong after all of this. Also, I just realised I'm getting way too comfortable with the camera, just like picking my nose. Oh, I'm in pain. And I just picked my nose and I can't be bothered to refilm it because it was real. So I'm gross, I'm a cretin. I'm a cretin in pain. Help me, I want Luke again. Luke is back and I'm getting cuddles and he's holding me because I'm very fragile.
Extremely fragile.
Delicate little flower.
Such terrible headbutting.
So I feel a little bit better now. And he bought me snacks.
A lot of snacks.
A lot of snacks. Good night.